Hello, Capricorn. Happy birthday to those of you that had it, and hopefully it was a good month and a good start to your year. So January, though, overall, I don't know, maybe for you, Capricorn, it felt a little different since it's your birth month, but for a lot of people, it felt very slow. There were jokes about it being January 74th. So let's take a look at the cards for your month, the 3 cards, and then now I have an extended tarot reading on the videos, and you can look for that link below. It's called Patreon. It's below the video. And yes, you subscribe to that, and you also get other things when you subscribe. You get extended readings every week for my tarot of the week, and you get reports for the full moon and the new moon and other stuff. So first, we're going to take a look at how the cards are affecting you for February. All right, first we'll just burn the sage. There's a bit of juniper in here too. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take a look at all this nice smoke and just let it come all around you, purifying and cleansing in, on, and around you. Smells good with the juniper as well as the sage. And we're just gonna smoke out the cards too, clearing the energy from all the other readings. And just focusing on the Capricorn. All right. That already feels better. Cards move better. You can sage any object that you need to, that you feel is just boring or feels stuck, or you're not sure if you should keep it. Just hold it and smudge it with sage and ask your guides or your inner self, do I need this? Do I keep this? Release all old energy on this. Sometimes objects just renew themselves and you're like, oh wow, feels great. And other things you're like, nope, this is reminding me of something old. I don't want it. Bye. All right, let's take a look. It's a good time of year to clean out things, organize things when it's slow winter. All right. Your first card is Pleasure. 6 of Cups. This is coming up a lot. Wow. 7 of Swords. And the King of Wands. All right. Well, 7 of Swords is my moving card. It can literally mean moving house, moving apartment, moving house, moving city. Sometimes it's moving on, walking away from something, just walking out the door. That's the card, walking out the door. That's why it's sort of a moving card. But it can also mean other things. If you were ready to quit something, it might mean 7 of Swords, futility. Why am I here? Walk out the door, leave, next. So, thing is, the Pleasure card comes first. And so let's just see. It sort of wouldn't make sense to walk away from pleasure. So it could be, though. If you find something has been excessive in your life, then you might be toning it down or walking away from it. Otherwise, I would say, like, there's a motivation to move on and move away from something that you know that was familiar, but now you're ready for something else. And the King of Wands is like a fiery personality. Could be a fire sign. Pretty creative, pretty strong-willed, able to follow through, you know, strong person. And he looks like he's ready to go. He's ready to move. So, yeah, it could also be that this King of Wands is the one who is moving. I get sort of a feeling that there's a shift in your environment with people. And it feels like there's a bit of a surprise to it as well. If this is work, for example, there could be somebody like this King of Wands who's actually quite dynamic or successful, but for whatever reason they move or they leave, they take a new job, they switch department. There's something like that. Somebody you didn't really expect is moving on, or you're moving on and they didn't expect it. So I get this feeling of surprise, but at the same time, this pleasure card means it's coming from a good place. Yeah, it's a very interesting combination this month, because they don't usually go hand in hand, that. So there's also a feeling I'm getting of wanting to expand your horizons or travel. There's a lot of water in this card of pleasure. Perhaps you want to be by the water more, by the coast, or you just want more open space. There's a feeling that, and this could be you, or this could be this other person around you, you know, who's like moving on suddenly. If it's not you, then it's someone around you feeling like this. It sort of feels like even though things have been good, they want better. They want more, or they want something else now, or you do. There's their perception is that things have become a little bit complicated or crowded, or there's too many people around, or too many things imposing upon them. The Seven of Swords really wants to just like spread their arms and like no one's around. It's just all my space, all clean and clear, big blue sky, nothing in my way kind of feeling. And the Six of Cups is more, it says pleasure, and there's like beautiful gold cups all around in the water, but there's still this feeling of like, you know, other people around and interdependence, and it's not the same thing as like, I'm out of here, bye, you know, freedom. So I'm seeing that this King of Wands is, which could be a woman too, the strong-willed, passionate, fiery person wants their freedom and wants their space, even though things might already be good, but that's what they want. So there's a departure and a moving on and a moving away and a walking away, or a changing role, changing city, changing department, changing of the guard. And someone else in this mix, like I said, is probably going to be a bit surprised at this person's decision. So if you're the one making that decision, expect that there's some people around you like, what? You're doing what? You know? And if it's someone else around you who announces it to you, oh, by the way, something a bit surprising, then you might be the one sort of, but I thought, you know? And it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel like there's nothing saying there's a loss. There's just somebody moving on to something new and next. Very interesting. So if you want to stay tuned for the extended reading, I'm going to pull more cards as to how this all plays out in detail. You can subscribe below at Patreon. You can reach me if you want a longer reading at river-rain.com, or Clairvoyant Medium Catherine Allen on Facebook. So stay tuned.